Even after 10 years of investigation, the whereabouts of the aircraft remain unclear. Experts from various countries conducted extensive investigations, using sophisticated equipment and exploring the depths of the sea. However, attempts to find the MH370 aircraft, a Boeing 777 that took off from Kuala Lumpur on March 8, 2014, headed for Beijing, were unsuccessful. Tragically, it never made it to its planned destination, disappearing before reaching the halfway point, about 2 hours into the flight. Numerous theories have circulated regarding the disappearance of the aircraft. One prominent hypothesis suggests that the captain endangered the flight intentionally, possibly as a suicide attempt. This theory carries significant weight, supported by various reasons which we'll delve into shortly. Another theory proposed when the aircraft disappeared was that it attempted a soft landing in the sea, leading to its sinking. However, upon discovering various parts of the aircraft later on, investigators observed that the flap position indicated it was not prepared for a soft landing. This observation suggests that the pilot did not intend for such a landing to occur. Additionally, there were several other theories proposed to explain the disappearance. Several theories circulated, including claims that the aircraft was hijacked or shot down by the U.S. military near the Maldives. However, it was noted that the aircraft lacked the fuel capacity to reach the Maldives. Subsequently, more absurd theories emerged, such as alien abduction or involvement of a black hole. However, none of these explanations were compelling than the captain's behavior or motivations. One significant factor implicating the captain was the discovery made during the investigation. When investigators searched the captain's house, they found a computer simulator. This simulator displayed a path matching the route taken by MH370 when it disappeared. They also obtained a video showing the MH370 flight following the same path, ultimately ending with the aircraft landing in the Indian Ocean. Investigators considered this discovery as significant evidence, but there were numerous other reasons to doubt the captain. Zahary Ahmed Shah, aged about 53. Shah had been with Malaysian Airlines since 1981 and had accumulated approximately 12,600 flight hours, with over 8,000 hours specifically in the Boeing 777. This extensive experience indicated his thorough knowledge of the aircraft, making him well-versed in its operations. Upon further investigation into Shah's personal life, authorities discovered signs of marital discord. Shah often found himself alone at home, as his wife and children frequently stayed elsewhere. This isolation may have contributed to his engagement in extramarital affairs. His online activity, particularly on Facebook, revealed a penchant for following celebrities and sending inappropriate messages, indicating a pattern of behavior that raised suspicions about his character. Investigators uncovered another significant detail during their inquiry. Approximately a month before the incident, Shah contacted his cousin, who was an engineer at Malaysian Airlines, and requested detailed technical information about the Boeing 777. This was the first time in 20 years that Shah had reached out to his cousin, which raised suspicions. Although the cousin found the request unusual, he provided the information during their hour-long conversation. This exchange led investigators to believe that Shah had a deep understanding of the aircraft's mechanics, further implicating him in their inquiries. On the day of the flight, Shah deviated from his usual routine. Typically, he utilized company transport to reach the airport, but on this occasion, he opted to drive his own car. This departure from his normal behavior raised suspicions, as captains typically rely on company-provided transportation. In addition, he had a specific manner of greeting the security guards outside the gated community. However, on that particular day, he greeted them in a military-style manner, which was unusual but not concerning to them at the time. After arriving at the airport, the captain's behavior did not exhibit any further changes. Neither the airport staff nor the ground crew reported anything unusual to the investigators. During his active presence on social media, the captain frequently shared messages criticizing the government. Additionally, he expressed support for a political party whose leader was either arrested or sentenced to jail shortly after. Some investigators speculated that these events may have caused a mental shock to the captain. After the aircraft took off, the captain maintained continuous contact with air traffic control for approximately 2 hours. The final message during this time was a simple, "Good night." However, following this exchange, the captain's flying behavior noticeably changed. The captain deviated from the assigned flight path without informing air traffic control, and the aircraft's transponder was turned off, making it untraceable on radar. Furthermore, the captain intentionally flew the aircraft into a region between military and civilian airspace, likely to avoid radar detection. The investigators suspect that the aircraft's depressurization system was altered deliberately. This suggests that the captain may have intentionally depressurized the aircraft after sending the first officer out of the cockpit for some unknown reason. Once the oxygen supply in the depressurized aircraft was depleted, it is likely that all passengers succumbed. However, there are 2 masks in the cockpit, one for the first officer and the other for the captain. Since the first officer would have been outside the cockpit, investigators speculate that the captain could have used both masks. These are all theories, but they collectively suggest a single conclusion. Furthermore, despite receiving instructions from air traffic control to maintain an altitude of 35,000 feet, the captain disregarded it and flew at an altitude of 40,000 feet. This deviation was not authorized by the ATC. Investigators speculate that the aircraft ascended to this higher altitude in an attempt to evade other air traffic. In the event of an in-flight emergency, such as a fire or technical issue, standard protocol requires the captain to notify air traffic control or issue a mayday call. However, no communication was made from the cockpit to ATC. Additionally, investigators find it plausible that a captain with extensive experience flying the Boeing 777 would be capable of hijacking the aircraft. Considering the case of the first officer, who is relatively inexperienced and has not logged many hours on the Boeing 777, all signs point to the captain. This is why investigators lean towards the theory that the captain attempted suicide. However, colleagues informed investigators that the captain did not exhibit any signs of mental instability that would suggest a suicide attempt. Despite facing challenges in his family life, his friends maintained that there was no justification for risking the lives of the 293 passengers on board the aircraft. The Malaysian government has initiated a new investigation into the incident. Various parts of the aircraft have been discovered in different locations. However, authorities are currently examining whether these recovered parts belong to Malaysian Airlines, as there are claims suggesting otherwise. Testing is underway to determine their origin. Despite these challenges, the investigation will proceed, aiming to uncover the truth behind the fate of Malaysian Airlines. Regarding the disappearance of MH370, there are compelling reasons to suspect the captain's involvement. Evidence such as the discovery of a flight simulator with a matching route and the captain's behavior prior to the flight suggest deliberate action. However, conclusive evidence is lacking, and ongoing investigations are necessary for closure. The families of the victims anxiously await answers, and it's crucial for the investigation to proceed transparently. While some theories speculate on technical malfunctions, many believe the captain played a role, despite opposing views. It's imperative to await the outcome of the investigation rather than jump to conclusions. What is your opinion about this? Did the captain do it, or is it due to some other technical reasons that this aircraft was not seen? If so, Why was it not possible to find such an advanced aircraft like the Boeing 777? Either the captain was smart enough to execute such an operation, or there must be some other reason why this aircraft was not detected. Don't forget to comment and share your knowledge and findings about this mysterious event.